What's up everyone, I'm Brad, a founder here at Client Connection Group, and in this video I'm going to share what I've learned from spending over $1 million on dental marketing. And hopefully it will help you in your own dental practice or even evaluating the work that your agency is doing for you. Now, the first thing that I learned is that you need to give more than you take. If you want a sustainable marketing plan, consider first, what is my community learning from my ads, even if they don't buy? The first thing I learned is you need to give more than you take. If you want a sustainable marketing plan, consider first, what is my community learning from my messaging, even if they don't buy? This will create what I call goodwill in your community, because when the community appreciates you, it is significantly easier to get a return on marketing. So many marketers use obnoxious designs and bold headlines as a crutch to get attention, and in doing so, they feed the "I hate advertisements" mindset, simultaneously associating your brand with those annoying ads. The reason that infomercials have worked so well historically is that people were willing to watch it because they felt like they were learning something. While infomercials are always selling something, they give so much more than they take that people are willing to consume them for entertainment. So whether they were emotional, funny, or helpful, the most effective ads in history were ads that people consumed because they actually enjoyed them. If your ads make the viewer like you, it will pay dividends for a long time. If the ad makes people annoyed, it will cost you more than it makes. Number 2, know your demographics. This is one of the most important parts of running a successful campaign. For example, I specialize in dental implant marketing, which is by and large targeted at an older age group. So if I made decisions based on what the kids are doing, I may completely miss my demographic since most kids don't need dental implants. I'll give you an example of 2 things I tried, one that worked and one that didn't. Around the new year, we rolled out TikTok ads for dental implant marketing. Now, many people think TikTok is for teenagers and those in their early 20s, but data shows that more and more the older generations are adopting TikTok, and our initial tests showed that this was a wonderful source of new patients. So I decided to run another test on a different platform that had been around significantly longer, Snapchat. But Snapchat completely failed. I tried and tried, but could not get it to work. Turns out that Snapchat is an app that is still used by primarily younger people, and even if older people have accounts, they're not logging in very frequently. Turns out that Snapchat is an app that is still used by primarily younger people, and even if older people have accounts, they're not the ones logging in frequently. So, understand who usually buys from you, and if possible, interview several of those people to see what their habits are and match that with your marketing effort. And this leads into the next point, which is the more options you have, the more consistent your results will be. Rotating ads will keep people from growing fatigued from seeing the same ad over and over, and you will always have a go-to if your existing campaigns start to falter. Now, number 5 is know your numbers. This is without a doubt one of the most important but most overlooked parts of running a marketing campaign. At a minimum, you need to know A, your gross margins, and B, how much revenue you get per $1 spent in marketing. Without these 2 numbers in place, you will never know what your real return on investment is. An amateur marketer will only focus on ad to revenue return, and I've realized many dentists do the same. This can be helpful in knowing where you're at in general, but it still leaves some guesswork as to how much money you are really making. But if you know your gross margins, you know exactly what % of what you are collecting from your patient actually makes it to your bank. Now you can take how much revenue you make from every dollar spent on marketing, times that by your gross margin percentage, and you will have your real return on investment. And you will have no doubt whether you're breaking even, losing, or making money. And remember, either your revenue collected or your margins could be the problem, so consider speaking with a consultant to make sure your numbers are in line. Number 6 is trust the data. You can know all the numbers in the world, but if you prefer your opinion to the data, you will fail as a marketer and as a dentist trying to guide your marketing director or agency. A good marketer will constantly live in the data, and when the person over them is trying to get them to do something against the data, it usually leads to a lot of turmoil. Trust the data or you will fail. And last, but certainly not least, number 7, no matter how good the marketer is, someone still has to close the sale. If you are a dentist or a treatment coordinator, this is the most important point for you to take to heart. If you are seeing patients in front of you, but a large amount of them aren't moving forward with at least some level of treatment, study how you can improve your case presentation skills. Whether or not a patient enrolls in treatment with your practice is influenced by how at home they feel the moment they step into your practice, how comfortable they feel with every single person they interact with, how emotionally connected they are with the needs they have, how the money part is addressed, and how the follow-up after the consultation is done. And you have control over each of those. For the sake of time, I can't go over case presentation in this video in depth, but in the future, I will make a whole video focusing on that, and when we do, I will link it down in the description, so make sure to check for it. And with that being said, let me know what you think in the comments, and if you're interested in finding out more about our company, go to clientconnectiongroup.com.